Jeffrey Hunter was born Henry Herman McKinney Jr. on November 25, 1926, in New Orleans, Louisiana, before his family settled in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where his character and discipline began to take shape. Raised during the Great Depression and wartime years, Hunter developed a strong work ethic and a quiet determination that set him apart from his peers. He found early comfort and confidence in performance, participating in school theater productions that revealed both talent and focus. After graduating from Whitefish Bay High School, he pursued formal training at Northwestern University, one of the nation's most respected programs for speech and theater. His studies were briefly interrupted by honorable service in the U.S. Navy during World War II, where he worked as a radar technician. Returning to civilian life with maturity beyond his years, Hunter resumed his education, laying the foundation for a career defined by professionalism rather than spectacle. From classroom to contract player, Jeffrey Hunter's move from academia to Hollywood came at a moment when studios were seeking dependable, classically trained performers to anchor post-war cinema. After completing graduate work at UCLA, he attracted the attention of 20th Century Fox, which signed him to a contract in 1950. His early film roles were modest but purposeful, allowing him to develop screen discipline while learning the demands of studio filmmaking. Appearances in films like 14 Hours and Call Me Mr. demonstrated his ability to project sincerity and emotional restraint. Unlike many contemporaries, Hunter avoided flamboyance, favoring quiet intensity over theatrical excess. Studio executives recognized his reliability and composure, qualities highly valued in an era of tightly controlled productions. Though not immediately propelled to superstardom, Hunter steadily earned trust within the industry, positioning himself for more complex roles that would soon define his legacy. Holding his own in Hollywood's greatest Western, one of the most defining moments of Jeffrey Hunter's career arrived with John Ford's The Searchers in 1956. Cast opposite John Wayne, Hunter portrayed Martin Pauly, a character grounded in empathy and moral resolve. In a film often praised for its complexity and psychological depth, Hunter's performance provided emotional balance, offering audiences a human counterweight to Wayne's hardened persona. His restrained delivery and expressive presence proved he could stand beside Hollywood legends without being overshadowed. The role cemented his reputation as a serious actor capable of navigating layered storytelling. Critics noted his natural authority and quiet conviction, qualities that distinguished him from more theatrical leading men. The Searchers would later be recognized as one of the greatest films ever made, ensuring Hunter's contribution remained an enduring part of cinematic history. Faith, fame, and the weight of expectations. In 1961, Hunter took on one of the most challenging roles of his career, portraying Jesus Christ in King of Kings. The casting brought both acclaim and scrutiny, as audiences projected personal and spiritual expectations onto the performance. Hunter approached the role with humility and restraint, focusing on compassion rather than grandeur. While some critics questioned whether his youthful appearance aligned with tradition, his portrayal was widely praised for its sincerity and emotional depth. The role became inseparable from his public image, creating both recognition and limitations. Though King of Kings ensured lasting visibility, it also contributed to typecasting that proved difficult to escape. Hunter accepted this burden with professionalism, understanding that some roles shape careers in ways beyond an actor's control. Television, science fiction, and a role that lived on. As film opportunities fluctuated, Hunter embraced television, recognizing its growing influence. In 1965, he was cast as Captain Christopher Pike in the original Star Trek pilot, The Cage. Though the network declined the episode and Hunter did not continue with the series, his performance left a lasting impression. His portrayal of Pike introduced a thoughtful, conflicted leader whose legacy would later be honored in subsequent Star Trek iterations. This role, though brief, secured Hunter a unique place in television history. It demonstrated his willingness to explore emerging genres and adapt to changing entertainment landscapes. Even without long-term involvement, his contribution became foundational, proving that influence is not always measured by longevity, but by impact. Public image and private boundaries. Jeffrey Hunter lived during a period when Hollywood demanded carefully curated public personas. Studios emphasized conformity, discretion, and adherence to social expectations, leaving little room for personal complexity. Hunter maintained a reserved demeanor, rarely courting scandal or attention. Friends and colleagues described him as thoughtful, courteous, and deeply private. He valued personal boundaries, choosing discretion over confession in an industry driven by image. Rather than defining himself publicly through speculation or controversy, he focused on work, family, and craft. Like many of his generation, Hunter navigated an environment where silence was often a form of survival. His restraint was not secrecy for deception's sake, but a reflection of the era's realities, where personal truths were guarded carefully to preserve both career and family. Marriage, fatherhood, and stability amid fame, Hunter's personal life reflected his desire for grounding and continuity. He married actress Barbara Rush in 1950, and together they welcomed a son, Christopher. Though their marriage ended after several years, Hunter remained devoted to fatherhood. His second marriage to Dusty Bartlett brought expanded family responsibilities, including adoption and the raising of 3 sons. Colleagues often remarked on his pride as a parent, noting how he spoke of his children with warmth rather than ego. Despite the pressures of acting, Hunter prioritized home life when possible, seeking balance in an unpredictable profession. His final marriage to actress Emily McLaughlin in 1969 represented renewed hope and companionship, a personal chapter that, though brief, was marked by optimism and mutual respect. A tragic accident and sudden decline. In late 1968, while filming an international production in Spain, Hunter suffered a serious on-set accident involving special effects. Though he completed filming, the injury would later prove catastrophic. Upon returning to the United States, he experienced alarming neurological symptoms that were difficult to diagnose. Initially released from medical care, Hunter continued to struggle physically and cognitively. On May 26, 1969, he collapsed at home after suffering a massive intracranial hemorrhage, likely linked to the earlier trauma. Emergency surgery was unsuccessful, and he passed away the following morning at just 42 years old. His sudden death shocked colleagues and fans alike, cutting short a career that still held promise and depth. Legacy of quiet strength and professional integrity. Jeffrey Hunter's legacy is not defined by spectacle, controversy, or reinvention, but by steadiness and sincerity. He represented a generation of actors shaped by discipline, service, and restraint. Men who carried complexity quietly rather than performatively. His work continues to resonate because it was grounded in authenticity rather than exaggeration. Whether portraying biblical figures, frontier survivors, or futuristic captains, Hunter brought dignity and humanity to every role. His life serves as a reminder of Hollywood's unspoken pressures and the personal costs borne by those who lived within its rigid structures. Today, he is remembered not for rumor, but for craft, integrity, and a career marked by grace. In a world that often demands disclosure, Hunter's story honors the power of quiet perseverance.